I'm just going to record, waiting for it to record. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, so there's only 12 of us in class right now because some of our friends. If you're facing any technical error or network error, do remember you can share. If let's say in that one block you have friends whom you know are staying in the same block as you, so please do share with your friends. Share with your friends the laptop or the Google Classroom. Okay, just share together. Sharing is caring. Again, welcome back to college. Now, most of us would be wondering, why do we have to have English in the second semester? There's a lot of reasons actually. Number one is you still have English because obviously we have to keep on improving our English proficiency, because English is not just for wet darlings. English is also for lifelong learning, because when you enter university later on, you still have to learn English. Every subjects in university are going to be in English. Presentations are going to be in English, and everything has to be in English. Now, number two here would be in terms of for the second semester for English, it is more focused on your preparing for you people for university life, because in university later on there will be a lot of presentations, so you have to be prepared to present a lot of it in English. So yeah, and then number three would be we will be doing a mini thesis on how to do. Why we call it a mini thesis? It is something more or less like in university. Okay, more or less in university, and at least when you enter university later, you will know the format on how to write an assignment, and how to just prepare a proper assignment with cover page and so forth. So basically for the second semester, Astaghfirullahaladzim, Adriana, Patricia, what kind of a picture is that, darling? Aida, welcome. So so this is the part where, alamak, kesiannya. Some of us are still trying to enter the class and still messaging. Again, I'm so sorry for you people. I'm so sorry to hear that you are having network problems. Inshallah, be patient, and not be patient. Please do be patient, because who says like to be successful is easy? So one of the things that you have to face now is problems with internet connection. Don't worry, it's just going to be 1 week. Inshallah, once you quarantine is over, we are able to see each other again and have better. Alamak, budak ni dah nangis. Sekejap. Give me a minute. Let me respond to your classmate. Be patient, okay? I'm sure be patient. Yeah, just don't be demotivated. So again, in the second semester, we will be doing a mini thesis on how to do how to prepare for you to do your assignments in the future with the proper way in university, how to do presentation and how to discuss and so forth. There's a lot of things in the second semester. Now, housekeeping before we begin. This is the second semester. Sekejap je masa berlalu. Just imagine it's already January, and then in a few months time you'll be university students. So let us prepare our minds mentally to prepare for university. First things first, the basic for your profile picture in Google Meet or Teams later on, have a proper profile picture. Tengok macam Nurul Natasha, cantik je. Farah Hazira, Reka, ni siapa budak-budak ni? Sekejap. Have a proper, okay, contoh ni Azhanis Ashira, Farah Hazira, ni M. Asmat, nama pun kena proper. Melissa Antasha, Atira Maisara, well done. Amni Najla, Nurul Natasha, Reka, as mentioned, Siti Nur Ashira and Shafika Suhaili. Have a beautiful pictures of you, darlings. Nur Azaria as well. If you don't have proper profile picture, at least you have, like for example, Siti Aida Farina, there's an S there, but Aman ke ataupun Adriana ke, what kind of a picture are you trying to show to your lecturer later on? You have to have this mentality that you're going to be university students, so have proper profile pictures. Okay, darling, start having that mentality. So hopefully in the second GM, this is already the second semester, in the second Google Meet or whatnot, I do hope that you people will change your profile picture to make it into a proper, more academic profile picture as well as your name. Okay, now housekeeping form where, now this is the part where based on last Saturday's what do you call that thing? A seminar, muat seminar. There, this is the part where we are able to notice that students dah macam form muat dah macam gelabah-gelabah and all those things. So first things first, number one, jangan gelabah. Okay, if you when you have if you have your there are 4 skills for reading and for listening. You can refer to your reference books. That was why you were encouraged to buy the reference books in the earlier semester, the left click. But if you ask me, my personal choice would be Oxford Publication reference book. Tapi kalau dah ada left click, tak apa, gunakan left click. Now for reading comprehension and listening skills, I repeat, question, dah buat dah semua soalan dalam buku. Kalau tak buat, jangan gelabah-gelabah cari kat internet or what not. It's basically the same thing because this is towards the end of this towards this 11th hour, you just have to chill. Jangan nak gelabah-gelabah cari kat YouTube. That is what I'm trying to say. If you have the left click white reference book, or if you do have the Oxford Publication books, reference book format, answer all the questions, especially for Oxford ni, because I have both. But again, as I say, my personal preference is Oxford. Is a head muat textbook. There are a lot of reading comprehensions which you can answer and fulfill because your batch is the third batch for the new syllabus. We don't have that many. Obviously, we only have 2 sets of PYQ only. So the rest is where you refer to your own what is textbook or the left click reference book to answer reading and listening. I repeat, reading and listening. I repeat, reading and listening. Now for speaking and for writing, only refer to me. Okay. For that my notes are enough. But then again, in your reference book, you can go through the questions and then look at the answer. Tengok points from the reference books. Ambil points, ambil vocabulary from the reference books. Okay, now again, housekeeping for speaking. The nearest would be, especially for A21, your MUET speaking test is the earliest, which is on the 17th, the first day of MUET itself. So let us do our housekeeping. Let me share my screen. Okay, this has been given to you in the first week itself of our holiday. So, Aman, Aino Hazika, and Nur Nasria, have you contacted this Nur Fatin Fariza?
Yes, madam.
Have you grouped up?
Yes, madam.
Have you done practices?
We decide to GM this night. Tonight.
This night.
Gitu.
Okay. Give me a minute. Just okay. If you're gonna do it tonight, don't forget to give the link to me as well, so that I'm able to enter. Because I do remember that in the first week itself, kan teacher dah sebut when you're doing speaking practices, please do invite me. Please do invite me because jap. Siapa? Fitri Amira. Okay, finally she managed to enter. Okay, please do invite me. Azhanis, Reka, and Siti Aida Farina. Hopefully you have group up because in a way you are matriculation students. You're matriculation students, so you have the time and chance to time to practice and build your chemistry. So whatever it is, give your link. I'll do my best to enter. Okay, obviously it's not a problem. Kalau malam-malam, okay. So remember, from the first week itself, I have informed you that if you're doing any group practices, please do inform me and invite me so that I'm able to monitor your presentation. Okay, and give comments. Number two, because my niece is a matriculation student as well now, and I'm not going to mention which college she's in, but then again, be grateful because her lecturer did not even do all this because she doesn't even know who her group members are. So yeah, like they, because it seems from her seniors that from her metric, they will only know who the group members are on the day of the exam itself. You people have like way much time to know your exact group members. So yeah, please do your practices. So now this is 11 a.m. Okay, the first group for my A21 is 11 a.m. And do take note, 11 a.m. waktu-waktu genting, especially first day. First day of the exam, expectations are high and so forth. So 11 a.m. usually it will begin plus minus around 11:15, 11:30 selalunya lah. Okay, depending on depending on it. Now 11 a.m. again, I will keep on reminding you people because every session ada je masalah, not my students lah kan, but I'm just going to say it. There will be problems where do not forget to bring when you enter the quarantine room. Okay, where is the quarantine room? Sabar, quarantine room will, I will give you the quarantine room once, and where your exam hall is going to be once I receive it myself from the pegawai penolong pengarah peperiksaan. Okay, sayang. So, tak payah tahu apa-apa. What you need to bring here is only your IC, your metric number, your metric card, as well as your MUAT registration slip. Now, before the holidays, I asked you to print out the MUAT registration slip. But then again, itu adalah tarikh lama. So, you people need to print out a new copy of your MUAT registration slip and give one copy to me. Again, you have to print two, one for your own safekeeping and one for mine. Because in the case of tiba-tiba hilang ke apa, tak boleh print ke apa, at least I will give you the copy that you have given me. Senang sahaja. Okay, so again, print out your MUAT registration slip online. Tak kisah color ke tak color, sama aja because yang paling penting the content or the information. Okay, 11 a.m. waktu genting. Okay, first group usually is quite okay. Tapi group 3 and group 4, jing, jing, jing. So group 3 and group 4, this is the part where it's like almost like 12:30, almost 2 and so forth. So usually the examiners are already tired. So you really have to make sure that your discussion would be interesting later on, especially for group 3 and group 4. Okay, I'm not saying that group 1 and group 2 is safe, sama je, depending, because you have to understand, especially group 4, the examiners have listened to 3 groups presenting the same point. So make your discussion interesting and yeah, make it interesting to attract the examiner's attention and make sure that you answer the questions properly. How do you know that you are answering the question? That is why you have to group up, set a date, set time and call and start practicing. Tapi kalau practice, jangan practice task 2 aja. Practice as well task 1 and task 2. Because it's like practice as well task 1. Okay. Now, soalan teacher will give, you can refer to your reference book, or you can also refer to the question which I already gave in Telegram English channel and which I will be giving again in DC. So there are many options for you to access the past year exam question. If you look at the past year exam question, you would notice that soalan ni sama je dengan buku reference book because these authors, obviously they are more examiners themselves, so they take it from the real speaking test questions. Okay. Now, especially for task 2, nanti bila kita buat latihan, especially for task 2, sometimes task 2 questions can be made into essay questions. So take note of the points. Now, next would be 7:30. Now for our 7:30 for my A21, they are until group 3 aja, yang lain dah jadi group yang lain dah jadi group 4 and 5. Okay, so Alif Hakimi, Nurul Syara and Sahira. Okay, Nur Sahira dengan Nurul Natasha, have you contacted Sufian Rizal and Muhammad Akmal Rizal? Were you able to contact?
Not yet, madam.
Do you have the number?
Yes. Yes,
Kenapa?
I have.
Tapi jangan follow diorang IG je tapi tak contact untuk buat speaking group. Okay. When are you going to contact them? Segan
Madam.
Nanti kita tengok muka diorang macam mana. Jom kita tengok muka diorang macam mana. Astaghfirullahaladzim. Because try to contact. I understand. Obviously kan perempuan kan. Tapi dah kalau diorang sendiri tak ada. I don't, because I'm not sure whether the lecturer did, whether they know they are with you or not. I'm not sure. But then again, kalau diorang tak contact, I will inform the, macam mana cakap ni? I will call, ada lelaki, Alif Hakimi. Siapa lelaki dekat grup ni? Alif Hakimi, do you know these people? Sufian Rizal and Muhammad Akmal Rizal. I understand, my girls mesti malunya. Kau teacher pun teacher malu. Okay, Sufian Rizal dengan Muhammad Akmal Rizal. Do you know who they are? The boys in this class. Hello? Hello? Alif Hakimi? Mana budak lelaki dalam kelas teacher ni? Salah. Alif Hakimi? Okay. I'll give you the number later, okay? Now why can't I? Okay, that's it. So please, di manakah? Hari ni adalah hari gila my internet. Okay. Okay, so Alif Hakimi, Farah Hazira, hopefully you people have group up. Now, yang ada semua group all girls ni, if you are in the same block, you can meet up and I will go and see you at the bilik rekreasi or whatnot to do speaking practices. Because later on, contohnya macam esok, because I will be going for a meeting on the 11th and the 12th for the speaking test later on. So nanti, yeah, have it. Teacher boleh jumpa korang ataupun weekend kita buat latihan ke. Yang penting kita buat latihan for speaking so that I'm able to identify your progress. Sianya on left and in out and out. Okay, now that's it. Now let us focus on mana ni? Give me a minute. Let me just stop sharing. Okay. Where is the question? Okay. Is everyone still with me? It's 3 p.m. It's a very hot day, isn't it? Very, very hot. Cuma pening kepala. People, are you still with me or have you fallen asleep?
Yes, madam.
Thank you, darling. Thank you for responding. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, for this week, that is the housekeeping. So again, kalau kat rumah, so obviously there are a lot of excuses like kena pergi sana, pergi sini and all those things. But now all of you are in college. So please make the effort to group up. And once you group up, if you want me, I hope you want me to monitor your presentation. So please do inform me of the time and date. Macam tadi, macam I know Hazika tadi kata malam ni you're gonna do it tonight. So give me the link and I will enter to monitor your progress, because it seems that in a Google Meet, if let's say like contohnya Azaria pun nak buat malam ni contohnya, I can monitor 2 groups at one time. It says that I can enter 2 Google Meet at one time. So yeah, please do so that I'm able to monitor and listen to your presentation and give comments as well. Okay. especially lagi senang nak tackle daripada cakap in one class such as this. Okay, now let's look at the second week. So welcome to the second week. So in this second week, we are going to be focusing on speaking. The list and the skills which we will be polishing is number one, speaking, listening, and writing. Now in terms of writing, okay, once I have submitted your returned your assignments, your essays, yang paling penting essay, your essays, yeah, your essays, we will be discussing the essay. Email A18. Okay, email pun, yang email hari tu pun ramai yang we will focus on that juga. We will be discussing about that as well. Perhaps we'll be having an extra class on that, perhaps on Saturday kot, because we have Saturday class kan. We're going to focus on that as well, especially how you answer it and how to answer it better. Now, hopefully all of you have printed out the notes so that you will be able to refer to it. Now, kalau email ataupun all the essays or emails which I have returned to you people, hopefully you are able to print it out as well for you to refer. Because later on when teacher discuss about the essay and the email and how to improve it, at least you're able to refer to your own and you to your own essays, and then you're able to jot down ideas and so forth. Okay, now let's look at this one. For this first hour in the second semester, we're going to do speaking. Now, speaking, the lesson standard would be more on take a series of follow-up questions. Soalan with a degree of fluency and spontaneity, secara spontan, which poses no strain for either oneself or the audience. Now, basically, I am going to adapt more information with the sub skills today. Okay. So it is very important for you to ask questions, because in a way students tend to not ask questions. Oh, okay. I just received a message from one of my students here. If you are having problems, okay, if you are having problems with your group members, meaning you have already created a group, a WhatsApp group or Telegram group, give me a minute. If you're having problem, like let's say you already have a group, a Telegram group or a WhatsApp group which you have created in order for you to communicate and for speaking, but then again in that group ada yang tak respond. Maksudnya let's just say contohnya one of my student here, she keeps on messaging her group members in the group, kata let's do a practice, tak ada respond, meaning no one responded. No, let's say if she were to say, okay, let's have a group practice at 5 p.m. No one responded and so forth. So if you're having that problem, please do be free to contact teacher, inform me so that I will be contacting that student myself. Kalau tak dapat contact student tu, dia tak angkat, I have my ways on how to make the person angkat. Okay, so this is the part where if you have any problems to group up, jangan duduk senyap-senyap sahaja. Again, do not hesitate to ask or inquire or seek for help from me. Okay, that's what I'm here for. Okay, now this is the part where teenagers, darlings, you need to learn on how to ask proper questions, especially once you start university later on. And then lecturers, they just love students asking questions personally, because when students ask questions, it shows that you are focused in what we are presenting, and it shows that you want to know more, your thirst for knowledge, you want to know more, you want to clarify your information. So from now onwards, try to build your confidence when especially in university, try to build your confidence and make sure that the lecturer knows your name and know who you are, because when you are having a good rapport, R-A-P-P-O-R-T, rapport here bermaksud hubungan yang baik dengan your lecturer, especially in university, you will have a good life. Maksudnya senang dapat markah, easy marks, or the lecturer will be more lenient in giving you marks. So yeah, so this is the part where people ask questions to, number one, acquire knowledge, obviously, eliminate confusion. So this is the part where some usually misunderstandings happen because students or teenagers or people do not ask questions. They don't understand. They think they understand, but then again, they do not clarify. Diorang tak diorang clarify. Maksudnya diorang tak cuba mendapatkan penjelasan. Betul ke ini pemahaman saya? Selalunya pelajar-pelajar macam tu. Betulkah ini pemahaman saya? Tapi you don't ask a question to the lecture, and most students will be asking their friends instead. Terus masing-masing confused, atau you don't get the answer because you don't ask the proper question or the right question to the right people. So yeah, most importantly is for you to ask questions to eliminate confusion. If you are confused regarding a certain subjects, certain information that you have heard, ask questions. Ask questions. Astaghfirullahaladzim, why did it go to the end? Give me a minute. Kenapa terus ke end? What did I press? Okay, ask questions. Number 3 here is guide a conversation in the direction we want it to go. Now, for example, when you are in task 2, speaking test, what speaking test in terms of a discussion, when you see that one of your friends perhaps is going out of topic, for example, so in a way you ask question to ensure that the person understands the discussion, and if they don't, then you guide them back in the discussion. Or you want people guide a conversation in direction, you want to influence people. The same goes for this one, influence or alter someone else's opinion. You ask questions by making sure that they understand what you're trying to convey, and to ensure that they accept what you're trying to convey. Apa yang anda cuba sampaikan, apa point yang anda cuba sampaikan, whatever the point that you're trying to convey, and they accept your conversation, especially in discussion to part 2. Gain a person's attention, obviously, and reach agreement or to agree to disagree with clarity. With clarity, dengan jelas. The word clarity here means dengan sangat jelas. So this is the part when in discussion later on, do not forget to ask questions. If you think that you couldn't hear what the other candidates are saying, you have to ask questions. Excuse me, candidate A, but can you speak louder, for example? Excuse me, candidate A, can you give more examples? Or excuse me, candidate A, can you repeat what you have said just now because I didn't catch your point? Jangan risau by saying, alamak, kalau aku cakap macam tu, nanti nanti examiner kata aku tak dengar, aku tak faham. No, don't have that mentality, because when you ask questions such as that, when you ask questions like, for example, as simple as can you repeat what you have said, it shows to the examiner that you are interested in the discussion. So hence, in a way, you can gain higher band for IC, which is interactive communication, and DM, discourse management. Okay, now next. You pose questions such as you pose good questions in your speaking test so that you'll be able to understand each other. Now, clarify a point. Sometimes when you listen, when you hear your friend presenting a point in the discussion, macam tak faham je budak ni cakap. For example, as you listen, you can't really get what he or she is saying. So you ask question. Are you trying to say this? For example, clarify a point. Maksudnya mendapatkan penjelasan mengenai sesuatu point. 8, decision making process, meaning that when you want to make a decision, whether you want to agree to the person or you want to disagree to the person, you ask questions to clarify the point. Engage in a conversation and end up being with a successful communication, because obviously in order for us to avoid miscommunication, you must ask questions, especially in speaking tests. Now, basically, ask specific questions to elicit more specific answers. Elicit ni maksudnya to extract, untuk mendapatkan, untuk mengeluarkan more specific answers. Maksudnya when you want certain answers to be clear, like for example, are you in class? It's a specific, are you in class now? It's a specific question. So you get specific answers. No, teacher, you are in the wrong Google Meet link, for example. And then ask simple questions, easy to understand. Now, this is the part when you are presenting in discussion later on. I know that I have informed all of you that you must always use bombastic words or low frequency words. Hafal 3-5 kataan yang that we have learned and try to include it in your presentation in writing or in speaking. And inshallah, when you sprinkle 1 or 2 bombastic or low frequency words in your presentation, it can help you with the marks for language and organization. Cara situ senang saja. But then again, when you are asking a question to your fellow group members, janganlah guna low frequency word, janganlah guna bombastic words. Nanti kawan awak tak faham, tak dapat jawab dah, kesian kat dia. So when you want to ask questions with among your group members, make sure it is clear, make sure it is easy question for them to understand. Now, next, pose open-ended question, help others to answer comfortably, and pose follow-up questions to learn more about the situation. Now, this is the part where when later on during discussion, if there is one of your group members who is too quiet for comfort, meaning that dia tak nak participate actively in the discussion. If you notice this, darling, then you should be able, you should provoke your friend to present. Meaning, do you agree with my idea that one of the best way for us to, one of the advantage of working part-time job is that we are able to learn new skills. Post full sentence. Sebab students nowadays, ayat diorang semua tergantung. You, in terms of writing pun, tulis ayat pun tergantung. Make sure that in order for you to prevent going out of topic, in order for you to prevent disorganized information, make sure ayat tu ditulis dengan penuh, especially your main point. Okay, so jangan make it in full sentence. Ask the proper question in full sentence. Now, good questions. Okay, what do you think about online class? These are samples on referring to questions that will be given later. Okay, now let us try. Asyik teacher je yang cakap. It's only me. Let me ask a few of you. There are 22, Alhamdulillah, 22 of you present here. So let me ask. There are a few questions here. What do you think about online class? Which one would you go for, living in a rural or urban area, and what's your reason? Would you rather attend a public university or private university? And what else can be done to earn money? Okay, let me ask. Give me a minute. I need to stop presenting. Okay, let me present again. Okay, siapa yang ada online? Siti Nur Ashira, are you here? Are you there? Siti Nur Ashira? Siti Nur Ashira? Are you there? Syafiqah Suhaili, are you there? Hello, Syafiqah Suhaili?
Madam, her Wi-Fi is not stable.
Thank you, Reka, for informing me. Thank you so much for being very kind to respond. Okay, and then helping your friend as well. God bless you, Reka. Okay, what about Amnani Najla? Are you there, darling? Amnani Najla?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, finally I hear your voice. Okay, now answer the first question for me, sayang. What do you think about online class? Your own personal opinion. Tak ada jawapan yang salah ataupun betul. This is just a practice for you to speak up in English. Nice name, by the way. Your own personal opinion. What do you think about online class, sayang?
I think I like to. Macam nak cakap?
That's why we have practice. Mana nak cakap? Don't worry. Your effort is much appreciated. Salah betul ke? Kalau tak tahu nak cakap sesuatu perkataan, just inform me and I can just help. Don't worry. Because your friends are also learning. Don't worry, sayang. Jangan malu-malu, okay? When you are learning, you don't have to be shy. Your own personal opinion. Tak ada jawapan yang salah ataupun betul, sayang. Don't worry.
Okay. I think I better like face-to-face classes than online class because Uh, Online class sometimes internet tak stabil.
It's
Sorry,
unstable.
unstable.
And then?
I think that's all. Sorry, Miss.
Okay, asal terkejut sebab kena panggil tiba-tiba. Okay, so this is the part, what do you think about online class? So that is Amnani's Najla opinion, which is it's better to have face-to-face class because unstable internet connection like most of us are facing. What about Farhanum? Are you there? What's your opinion about online class? Farhanum, are you there? Unstable internet juga ke? Okay, ni let's go through the bakal-bakal imam. Seorang lelaki pun tak ada. Tak ada. Aman! Yes, Aman, are you there? Aman? Aman? Can you people Okay, what is it, Aman? Kenapa? Why sorry? Unstable internet, is it? Kesian anak-anak. Okay, this is another reason of why we would like to have face-to-face class because of technical errors. Thank you, Aman. At least you're responding and at least I know that you are listening. Okay, so this is the part. Okay, take note of the points, sayang, because sometimes it can be in speaking test. It's okay, Aman. It's understandable. We cannot control. There are some things which we can't control, such as technology or internet connections. It's okay, sayang. Thank you for responding anyway. Okay, so again, because it's already 3:46, so this is, and I have to send my son to ngaji actually after this. Okay, now take note of the points. What do you think about online class? Like Amnani just now mentioned that of the unstable internet, so obviously face-to-face is better. Number two, in terms of, this is the negative, okay, where if let's say that you do not prefer, in terms of like what Aman is facing right now, which is gadgets. Some people perhaps the gadgets do not support or technical errors and so forth. That can also be a point, sayang. Take note because we do not know what is going to happen. The question for essay, so ini adalah point. What do you think about online class? And then let us have another one. The third one is obviously regarding other than internet connection. It's unstable internet connection. You must when you want to explain kalau katakanlah unstable internet connection, make sure that you give specific examples. For example, you give it to yourself, like when I can't enter Google Meet sometimes, I can't respond to my friends, my lecturers sometimes and so forth. You make it specific example. And number three is obviously in terms of mobile data or the cost in order for you to have internet connection. That is also one of the thing. Okay, now the positive, online classes because of the interesting and animation, interesting colors of the slides. Perhaps you can animation, you can have songs when the lecturers are doing presentation rather than the boring whiteboard to teacher talking and so forth. So what are the good things about online class? You can get information straight away, meaning that you are able to paperless. It's paperless, save the environment. Now, another question that is very, very unique that you have to have ideas for is which one would you go for, living in rural area? Rural bermaksud pedalaman, kawasan kampung, or urban area. Urban here is urban kawasan bandar. What's your reason? Kalau kawasan kampung, apa point anda that you want to present? Kalau kawasan urban, apa point anda which you want to present? Lastly is another point in terms of education. Would you prefer public or private university, and what else can be done to earn money? Semua soalan ni mungkin akan keluar, bukan nak kata this is the spot question, obviously no. These are points which for you to think about, points which you are required to think about. Now, Now, before we move on, now when you want to generate the ideas for the 2 points, always use a WH question. Yang teacher perasan bila students buat in the 2 minutes to not my students, like the candidates. Kenapa ada yang tak ada point masa diorang buat presentation when they aren't able to present when they're doing their presentation is because when I look at how they are generating the ideas, diorang tulis ayat, bukannya diorang tulis main points, contohnya what, who, what, when, where and so forth. When you obviously waktu exam kita akan nervous, obviously akan nervous dan kadang-kadang otak akan blank, but most importantly bertenang, you look at the question, understand the question and try to trigger questions. Anda kena list it down for writing as well as for speaking, sama saja konsepnya. Write down what, why, how, who, semua dah. Write down the WH question, tengok soalan, tengok WH question dan insya-Allah akan trigger, akan generate ideas. Kalau kosong aja atas paper tu macam mana nak generate ideas? Okay, this one is okay. Ni I will be giving this obviously in the Google Classroom for you to refer to. But most importantly here is this one. Okay, so this is for example soalan macam ni. Now most candidates and teacher perhatikan, what I notice here is when they are given a task, for example talk about learning new skills, and then candidates tak relate, you do not link it back to the situation. The situation is asking you what are some of the advantages of working part-time, and usually when candidates they elaborate on learning new skills, when they do not relate it back to the advantages, how come it is an advantage of working part-time, you cannot get a high band, because whatever points that you mention, whatever points that you elaborate, you need to always link back to the topic. Contohnya learning new skills, you may be able to, for example, develop or discover your own strength. What do you mean by learn new skills? Why do you say so that it helps to discover or develop own strength? How? Specific examples. Again, kalau paling susah kasih specific example, tengok baca soalan, cuba relate it to your own experience pada diri sendiri and make yourself as an example, as I have mentioned previously. And then the last part is so what? Now, rather than referring to this, you can take the points, but you must refer to the notes which I have given you, which is generating ideas, how to generate ideas. What do you mean by learning new skills? Why do you say so? Specific example of a skill that you learn. How does it help you to, and then link it back. So what? The impact is linking it back to the situation, why it is an advantage for you to develop, learn new skills. Kena sentiasa link back kepada soalan. Now, next nanti ini teacher akan bagi dalam Google Classroom 352. Okay, now this are the sample phrases. For example, this one I said jangan don't panic or whatnot. Just refer to all of this cukup. For example, greetings. Now, as simple as ingat, waktu exam kadang-kadang we will be having anxiety. So be simple to prevent the percentage, to reduce the percentage of making errors. Just say good morning everyone. In my opinion, as you can see here, personally speaking, I consider, but yang paling sering in my opinion apa benda. Sebab kadang-kadang ada yang tergelet lidah daripada good morning to the examiners, dia kata good morning to the teachers lah, good morning to the judges lah, semua salah. So again, to reduce the percentage of making errors, just say good morning everyone. Now, as you can see from the skeleton ataupun cara the outline of how you present what we expect you to present, obviously you present with the linkers. Linkers sangat penting to indicate where your first point is and where your first point ends. Firstly, first and foremost, to begin with, I would like to begin by, and then you must give examples. The reason is this is due to, this can be attributed to, perkataan yang sama, and examples for instance and such as. Now do remember, setiap point in writing or in speaking, when you have a point, you have to give specific examples. The maturity of your specific examples will determine whether you get a band 3, 4, 5 or even a 5 plus. Understand that concept, because when you present Because if you don't have any specific examples to justify your point, you only give us pernyataan, statements, but you do not elaborate on those statements. You give us statements, but you don't have specific examples to elaborate further on the statement that you have given. Jadi you will be stuck in either low band 3 or high band 2. Okay, so paling penting in the 2 minutes when you are given 2 minutes to prepare for task 1, first kali fikirkan specific examples untuk menjelaskan point anda itu. And then you elaborate on what, why, specific how, and then link back, baru elaborate. First thing, faham soalan, and dalam masa dalam otak tu fikir apa example yang aku nak bagikan dalam soalan ni. InsyaAllah, insyaAllah. And then second point, and then third point. Now, some of you will be asking, teacher, if I only give 2 points, macam mana teacher? Habislah markah saya. Now, 2 points is okay as long as you are able to give 2 well-elaborated points. Kalau ada 2 points tapi well-elaborated with specific examples, insyaAllah you are okay, you are fine, okay je. Tapi kalau dapat 3, 4, 5 tapi tak ada elaboration, tak ada specific examples, tak guna juga. So, yang penting fokus on at least sekurang-kurangnya 2 points and specific examples. Kalau dapat 3, Alhamdulillah. Kalau tak boleh nak present in 3, jangan risau, come back in task 2. Okay, senang saja sebenarnya nak score. Okay. Now, and then in short, to summarize, ini bila dah habis. For mini conclusion in essay as well in speaking, janganlah use in conclusion for contohnya, for example, first point, dah habis cakap in conclusion, the main reason, one of the advantage of working part-time in learning is developing new strengths. And then in conclusion, second point, secondly, no, you say thus, therefore, ergo, hence. Guna perkataan-perkataan yang begitu for you to end your first point before you move on to your second point. Semua ni ada dalam generating ideas notes. Refer back. Sama je for writing and speaking, konsep dia adalah sama. In conclusion, hanya digunakan when you have ended your presentation. Dah tamat cakap lagi dah. Okay. That is basically it. Very simple tools yang akhir-akhir ni. Mana? I will be giving you mana? I will be giving you tak ada. I will also be giving you, for example, PYQ. I will be giving you PYQ questions. Okay, which I have given in English channel. I will also post it on Google Classroom, so that you will be able to access either or, which way is easier. Now, as you can see here, when you can use these questions to practice. Sebab soalan-soalan daripada sesi 1 2021, sesi 2 2021, basically because you are the third batch to do this new syllabus. Soalan dia sama, PMI tangtun lebih kurang sama saja. I've given you questions yang sebelum-sebelum ni masa teacher pergi buat speaking test hari tu kan. Itu pun gunakan soalan-soalan itu anak-anak, because basically they will change sikit-sikit saja. Okay, so this is the part, this is from wet session 1 2021. You people are basically muat session 3 2021, tapi you are called as muat khas matrikulasi. Okay, so basically use these questions for you to do your practices. Kalau anda dapat jawab, contoh, okay, look at this. Main reason why studying abroad is challenging. This can also be made into an essay question. Dan ini adalah poinnya 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ingat soalan ni. So one of the way for you to prepare for muat speaking test as well as for writing here is tengok soalan-soalan ni dan cuba dapatkan jawapan. Kalau tak ada, tengok dalam buku reference book, the answers in your reference book, it is enough. Tak payah nak gelabah-gelabah cari kat YouTube ke apa. Kalau ada muat is textbook, kalau ada left click book, focus on that and you'll be fine. Tak payah nak risau. So don't worry about that. Essays and email, I will be responding to you because I got a lot of issues during the holidays semua tu. So yeah, once I read when I return the essays to you or the emails to you, anda tak faham kenapa saya dapat low band 3, saya tak faham di mana je, this is the part where you have to contact teacher, maksudnya PM teacher lah kat Telegram, dan teacher akan explain via Telegram voice message, or kalau nak lebih puas lagi kita buat GM, just the two of us, so that I'm able to explain further. Okay, kat sini sebab kita tak boleh jumpa kan, we can't see face to face, so basically we just use online Google Meet. So these are the questions which I will be posting. Video recording of our class for today will also be posted in Google Classroom. Tapi capaiannya, but then again I have to download it in YouTube so that it will be easier for you to watch rather than in Google Classroom. Either or, sebab ada ramai students teacher yang for this morning nak I do not know why the internet connection is with your area, your place at your hostel, because nak sign in attendance for survey hard pun tak boleh. Okay, doa, bersabar ya anak-anak. I know it's challenging, I know it can be stressful. Ada yang kata nak gigit handphone. Jangan salahkan handphone, bukan salah handphone, salah internet connection. So cute. Okay, so be patient, just be patient. Jangan stress yourself, okay? Be patient. Hopefully your effort that you want to learn will be blessed with success. So before I end the class today, are there any questions, sayangs? Again, I really hope that you group up and do speaking practice together. And once you have a specific date, a specific time for the speaking practice, jangan lupa PM teacher and I'll be there. Okay, I'll enter the online class, online Google Meet or Telegram or whatever that you are doing. Okay. Kalau katakanlah I'm unavailable, yang penting record the group discussion and inform me. Because I've done that because some of them recorded and I give comments. Seorang sajalah yang teacher bagi comment to the ketua, and ketua to forward my voice messages to the group members or in your group. Any other questions? Madam, will you post the sample phrases to our... Of course, sample phrases. Of course, I will after this class. So right now it's just for you to just focus on what has been presented. Yes, Azaria, I will post it together with this class recording, together with attendance and so forth. I will post it. Any other questions? You're welcome, Azaria. Any other questions? If there are no questions, then thank you, darlings. I'll see you when I see you. Have a great day ahead, okay?
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Jangan
madam.
lupa practice, anak-anak. Jangan lupa practice. Practice makes progress. Take care, darlings.
Miss. Okay, dah bye.